My name is Eva. I'm a travel vlogger and writer, and over the last few years, I've been traveling all across the Asian continent. This is the story of my journey in a country that is unique and filled with immense beauty. Pakistan, a vast land and home to over 200 million people. The birthplace of ancient civilizations, and today one of the most promising economic powerhouses in the region. 70 years after declaring independence, Pakistan is still a diverse and ever-evolving melting pot of cultures, religions, and languages. Today, we embark on an ambitious journey.
This is the bluest water I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's just epic.
I want to see what Pakistan is really like. This journey will take us from the coastline in the south all the way to the roof of the world in the northern areas. I plan to visit the edges of Pakistan at the country's 4 international border crossings, as well as the regions in between, in the very heart of the land.
That's the Chinese border, right there.
I want to meet the people of Pakistan, and from them, learn about the culture, history, and religions, all of which have shaped the Pakistan of today. I am starting my journey in Karachi, one of the biggest cities in the world with over 20 million inhabitants. This coastal metropolis in the southern province of Sindh is the business hub of Pakistan, contributing more than 15% of the country's overall GDP. The partition of Pakistan and India led to an influx of thousands of artists and intellectuals moving to Karachi from India. This city is home to Pakistan's creative industries, from fashion to film to music. I'm meeting Yusuf Bashir Qureshi, also known as YBQ. Artist, photographer, designer, he's a man of many passions.
This one's from my 15-year-old niece.
Really?
Yes, and she's untrained.
She's so talented. Wow.
This one's the cover for Manolo's book, Pakistan Now. This is one of my works.
Gorgeous. What about the fashion scene in Pakistan?
Ironically, I tell you that we were the first fashionable people on the planet. That's my claim. We were dressed beautifully, and we ate in beautiful utensils and had beautiful chinas. You know, women used to have 16 items of decoration on them before they started their day. And men had more than 16 items before they left the house for work. You know, this whole region, and every region is different. Balochistan different. I mean, about almost 50 different ways of wearing the turban in Balochistan.
In Inspired by Pakistan's rich heritage, YBQ is turning the traditional into trendy contemporary fashion.
This is a series that I was working on. It was about finding yourself. So, finding myself in others. So this was about faces. This one was mine.
So what part does sculpture play in your art?
I'm not a sculptress. I've never went to school for this, so I don't know how it actually works. These are all different expressions. You know, I'm a self-taught artist, and this is how I tell my stories, how I see it. A couple of years ago, I'd gone to London for this show, but as soon as we landed and we were at the immigration line, nobody wanted to stand with me because I had this big turban, and this lady who was sitting at the immigration, this lady who looked not upset, but kind of concerned. And she should have been concerned, you know, there's so much fabric coming towards her, this man, just like so much hair. And so she was obviously concerned. So as soon as I reached her, the first question she asked me was, do you need a translator? And I said, yes, I do, if you don't understand English. And she just smiled and started laughing so that I can change their perspective about myself, about my people, and about my country. Because I think that's my duty. You know, it is about fear. You install fear into people, and they'll stay away from it. The West has been made afraid, and we've been made afraid. We've been made afraid of ourselves and of the other. Sometimes they call it the white devil, sometimes they call it the brown devil. It's which perspective you're looking at it.
After spending some time in Karachi, I realized just how creative and diverse this city really is. You'll notice this diversity in the styles of outfits worn by the people on the streets here. And homegrown fashion is making its presence felt on the world's stage.
It's so empowering, and it's such a strong, I feel like it's a movement, you know, to prove to the world that, you know, not only can we do well in this field, but also we can make a name for ourselves internationally.
The booming fashion industry caters to both local and international clienteles. This billion-dollar industry is on a fast track to becoming one of the biggest in Asia.
I think the best way to describe Pakistan's new fashion is boldness. Boldness, because we're really going out there with colours, with shapes, style. And I think with Pakistani fashion, we like to over-style. So we like the dupatta on the head. We love that innocence, but then we also like the shawl. You know, we like the added extra shawl. You know, so it's all about styling with Pakistani fashion. We like to layer.
What about the jewellery?
The jewellery is always bigger the better, you know, bigger the better. It's such a statement. I think before where it was more the soft, elegant cuts, now it's about the bold, tribal-inspired jewellery. It's just so traditional, and I think that's what they like, because they see the ethnicity from the different cultures of the different regions.
Now we're moving more towards what's current, what's trending, but being a Pakistani, I would really want to stick to my roots as well.
I am on my way to Liari, long considered to be the most dangerous neighborhood in Karachi. For many years, it was plagued by drug wars, gangs, violence, and poverty. In recent times, however, the situation has changed here, and from all the chaos, there have sprung new movements of artists who are creating real change in the neighborhood. I'm about to meet one such group of unlikely changemakers. These young rappers are making waves not just here in Liari, but all across the country. Arriving on the scene about 10 years ago, these rappers have created a solid fan following not just in Pakistan, but across the globe.
Everybody tryna be me. Yeah. I'ma get the blue cheese. I'm done. I'ma go there. I'ma go there. I'ma go there. I'm going. I'ma take that road. Honey, 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 honey.
Students are going crazy over these guys, you know, rapping and dancing and doing their thing. This is definitely not the Liari I was expecting to find. Tell me a bit more about Liari Underground. I've heard so many good things about what you do.
Liari Underground is a rap hip-hop group straight from Liari, which is a ghetto, which is a hood. We make rap and hip-hop music for our people. We rap in Baluchi because we started this mostly for our people, to guide them, you know, to give them a message. That's why we started it in our language. We started to get more fame, more fans outside the box, you know what I'm saying?
What do you rap about?
Like Dana, he does funny raps, and Anxiously, he's a deep guy in the group. He talks about deep stuff. And Danger talks about deep stuff, like he talks about streets, politics, and all that. Me, Desert Eagle, and M4, we are more like flexing guys. We like flex, like we got all that. We're proud of ourselves. We made it.
So right now we're actually getting to watch Liari Underground film one of their music videos in the very heart of Liari itself. It's just so cool to see that these guys are creating something out of nothing. They're making a music video with minimal budgets, minimal resources, pretty much no production, and just using, you know, the kids on the street to come along and help them sing. And it's just so great to see sort of real art.
Little AK-100 dropping bombs like boom, boom. Back to back with a flow like vroom, vroom. Heard on my back, they talking shit, but they fool. Somebody getting that pooped, nigga, voop. We them shooters with the choppers and your turbo pistols. Fill your face with red dots like pimples. And if your mommy asks you where you got these hoes, tell her these ain't nothing but some dimples.
I really have to ask,
Okay.
where did the accent come from?
I don't know. Listening to hip-hop, and I was like trying to pick up things. That's why my accent is like mixed. Because I picked up a few things from Atlantic rappers, picked up a few things from LA rappers, picked up a few things from New York rappers. That's how I got my accent.
So did you ever learn English in like...
No. I was like skipping school back in the day, like jumping off the walls, go for boxing workout.
You learned it all from...
Hip-hop, yeah.
What are your biggest inspirations?
My biggest inspiration is Tupac. Like I said, my father put me on Tupac. I was listening to Justin Bieber, who was like, what the fuck is you listening to, bro? I used to relate to his music, you know? He wasn't talking about, I got big chains, I got gold chains, I got rollies. He was talking about his people.
टूपक ने हमें गाइड किया कि लोगों को किस तरह जो है ना पॉजिटिव वे पे लेके जाना है। जो टूपक है उसको अपना बड़ा भाई समझता हूँ। जो मैसेज वो दे रहे थे वो घर वाले भी दे रहे थे कि ये गलत है ये सही है, और रैप में वो भी दे रहे थे।
यानी हमने जो किया है अपने आर्ट के जरिए जो नाम कमाया है, और हमें इस बात की खुशी है कि हमने पॉजिटिव वे में अपना नाम कमाया है।
What have been some of the greatest, proudest moments for you?
Before this rapping thing, before we were famous, whenever we used to go outside, people used to look at it like, bro, he's from the area, he's a gangster, he's a drug dealer. Nowadays, they try to copy it, so it's a proud moment, isn't it? Nowadays, they trying to visit Liari, they wanna, you know what I'm saying, take pictures in Liari, but back in the days, they used to hate it.
However, this is not the only inspiring story in Liari. In another corner of the neighborhood, it's girls who are fighting the stereotype. I have come to a very unusual place, a boxing club here in Liari, which specializes in training girls from the community, and not just as a form of self-defense, but with a clear aspiration to train them into world-class athletes.
पाँव मिला के डबल चेंज
That looks like super serious, extremely intense training.
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 जिस टाइम पे मैंने ये स्टार्ट लिया तो सब मजाक उड़ाते थे, हंसते थे और बोलते थे ये नामुमकिन है। तो मैंने बताया कि दुनिया में कोई भी चीज़ नामुमकिन नहीं है, इरादे पक्के हों तो सब कुछ हो सकता है।
And what gave you the idea that girls can box just as well as boys?
बच्चों के मुकाबले में बच्चियां बहुत सीरियस होती हैं, लिहाजा वो जिस काम में पढ़ती हैं ना पूरा ध्यान और पूरा तवज्जो उसी में देती हैं। तो मैंने सोचा कि अगर ये बॉक्सिंग में आ जाएंगी तो ये पाकिस्तान का नाम भी रोशन करेंगी और अपने आप को सिक्योर रख सकेंगी, सेव कर सकेंगी। दुनिया को बताने के लिए कि भाई ये बच्चियां किसी से कम नहीं, इस हवाले से मैंने पहली मर्तबा जो है बॉयज़ एंड गर्ल्स का फाइट यहाँ पे रखा। तो मतलब ये कि बच्चियां जो हैं वो सब कुछ कर सकती हैं।
Who would you say is your best boxer from all the girls?
एक लॉन्ग पीरियड ट्रेनिंग की वजह से तो अनम है मेरी बेटी, सबसे ज़्यादा सीनियर यही है, तो नंबर 1 तो वो है।
Has boxing changed you as a person since you started doing it, regularly?
मैं बॉक्सिंग नहीं करती थी तब मैं बिल्कुल मेरा कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल जो था वो बिल्कुल लो था, तो मुझे इतना फील होता था कि मैं अपनी जो बात है दिल की वो मैं कर नहीं सकती। तो कॉन्फिडेंस आया है कि किसी अगले एक इंसान से किस तरह बात करनी चाहिए। बॉक्सिंग ने मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा इत्मीनान दी है।
So this is how Anam actually fights when she's fighting, her equal. I don't think I would stand a chance.
All right, so here we have a match between a girl from London and a girl from Liari. I am pretty sure she is just about to beat the living daylights out of me.
Just before we start, let me ask you a quick question. How many matches have you fought?
I fought 21 match.
And how many of those have you won?
21.
Good luck to me.
Get ready. Box.
That was really tough, but I'm grateful that Anam didn't break my jaw or my nose because we have a pretty long journey ahead of us. So thanks for that.
Very good fight. Both are winners.
There are people here who dream and who create and who, you know, make amazing work, who are artists, who are musicians, who are athletes. How is it possible that we don't know about this side of Pakistan?
It's my last night here in Karachi, and it happens to be Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. I am on my way to Swaminarayan Temple, where devotees will gather to celebrate together as a community. In the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Hindus are a minority, but this is one of the occasions in the year where they get to gather and celebrate as a community. During the festivities, I happened to meet Deepna, a young Hindu living in Karachi who offers to give me a tour of the Hindu neighborhood around the temple.
So are all these houses, are these Hindu families?
Yeah, exactly. It's like we all are here in a Hindu community. All the Hindus are living here. So it is the best place for Hindus to live. Because each festival is celebrated at a large scale. Not only Diwali, but Navratri, Raksha Bandhan, and each and every festival. So that is the great thing about this.
So you have like that sense of togetherness.
Yeah, exactly. So basically why we make Rangoli is to show vibrant colorness, happiness. Because colors are the sign of happiness, living. So that is all, in order to welcome Goddess Lakshmi.
Okay. But it's not what you think it is. This is Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights.
You can see why people here call Karachi the City of Lights, the city that never really sleeps, the maze of streets and neighborhoods that crisscrosses this entire metropolis thrives on the stories of its people. I know that the time I spent here allowed me to barely even scratch the surface, but I hope it's enough to show Karachi's real character, which is so much more than that of a dense and chaotic city. My time in Karachi has come to an end, and the next leg of my journey will take me to Lahore, the ancient capital of the magnificent Mughal Empire.